So this is a story about how I tried to sell some jumpers to buy a fridge after our old one died and the weather went no. And the irony that I am telling you this story when it is absolutely peeing it down outside is not lost on me. Hello, I'm Kim. This is the Coffee and Craft Chat. I run a business called Beech Tree Handmade where I make handmade project bags and I also dabble in upcycled clothing. One of which I am wearing, but I will get to that. And the reason I'm talking about this is because the internet is a lot right now, isn't it? And I feel like we need some comic relief, and this story makes me giggle, so there we go. But before I crack on, it's officially autumn. Oh no. So this is actually why I decided to wear this jumper. To tell this story, because these were the jumpers that I was making for summer, and I got myself one. I made myself one. You can't see it, but it's just covered in daisies. This jumper was supposed to be part of that collection. It didn't arrive in time. Oh no. So I kept it, which if you're not new here, you'll know is a problem that I have. I have a magpie brain, and when I buy jumpers to restyle, sometimes I get sticky fingered and I'm like, I'm keeping this one. Okay then, so allow me to set the scene with a dramatic reenactment. Oh no, my fridge has broken. Whatever will I do? I know, jumpers in July. What could possibly go wrong? Yes, that's exactly how it went. And that is my new fridge. So the story has a happy ending because I got my new fridge. Anywho, our old fridge broke just after we'd done the weekly food shop. So we had a bunch of food in there that was inedible by the time we did get our new fridge. But as you can imagine, it was an unexpected expense at a time when we didn't have an awful lot of disposable income. So I thought I will create a quick turnaround drop of jumpers, and I will sell some summer-themed jumpers for the summer and be able to build up a bit of cash for this new fridge. And I did end up filming a long vlog for the channel members here that covered the entire month and also the launching of this little collection. It was this one here in case you missed it. And this is essentially what happened. So I got squirreled everything together that I knew that I would need, and I had a weekend free. Basically, my family were going to London, so I was going to have the house to myself for the first time in ages, and I just spent it just blitzing these jumpers. I was just at my sewing machine the entire time. It was quite intense. I was quite tired by the end of it, but it was worth it. And it was raining the entire time, much like it is today. So in my mind, I thought this is going to be perfect. These are summer themed, but it will keep people warm in this weather. This is where I got the attention of the universe, it seems, and the universe was like, oh, she's planning again. We don't like that. Now, there were so many things wrong with this launch. One of them being that I didn't tell anyone about it whatsoever. There was no build-up, there was no promotion, there was just no even this is what I'm doing. The video that I mentioned that went up on the channel membership, that only went up after the fact. So it was, when I say it was last minute, I'm really not kidding. Just as I launched it, the very next day in fact, a heatwave decided to go, hello! And I can't even remember what number heatwave that was. It was like the second, the third. We ended up with 4. I mean, at least here in my little corner of Wales, we did have periods of colder weather in between. I think there were parts of the UK that just had one big long heatwave. Needless to say, I made 0 sales. And I couldn't even be mad about it because as I was trying to promote them, I was in t-shirt, absolutely dying, knowing that I was actually in one of the cooler parts of the UK. So it was like, okay. It turns out that when people are sweating through their clothes, they don't want to put more clothes on. Who would have thought? So yes, lessons were learned. No, but seriously, lessons were learned. I have no regrets on launching that shop update whatsoever, because I learnt a lot from it, including how much I kind of missed doing launches because for anyone who's been here for a little while, you may remember that at the start of this year, 2025, I decided and announced quite grandly that I was going to stop doing launches because I just found them too time intensive, which was fair enough because at the time I was also homeschooling my daughter, which took up a huge amount of time. She's actually back at school now, so now it's their problem. And they get paid to do it. But what's really interesting is that she's now learning things at school that we already did last year, so... But anyway, I'm digressing. My point was I didn't have a whole lot of time. And so I thought just drip feeding things into my shop would be a better way to go about it than doing these launches. But I really missed doing them, and this reminded me of that. Even though it had been a completely chaotic last-minute launch, it just fired me up a little bit. But I have the time now, so it's okay. But yes, lessons. Back to the lessons. What did I learn? Well, apart from the fact that I needed to be more aware of what the weather was doing, I basically relearned something that I should have known from the first one I ever did, which is launching a thing, promoting the thing, building up some kind of interest in the thing prior to launching it matters. I knew this. I did. I just didn't listen. It sounds obvious. But people won't buy something if they don't know that it exists, and they need time to budget, especially now with everything. But yeah, promoting your launch, it matters. The other mistake that I made, because there were a few, was that I launched it just after payday. Now, this is something that I learned years ago. I think it was the first time that I launched a shop update of clothes. And a lovely customer pointed out to me that she wanted to buy something, but I had launched it slap bang in the middle of the month, which, as I explained in the membership video, didn't cross my mind because of the way I personally budgeted at the time. But it was a bit of an eye-opener that not everybody budgets the same way I do, or did at the time, which was to kind of try and make sure that I had some sort of consistent amount of disposable income available to me at any point in the month. I should have looked at my husband's spending and thought that that was more normal, which is he got paid, he paid the bills, everything that was left, he spent until it was gone. So it made me realise that if I want to give my customers a chance to budget, which is very important, especially now, then launching stuff around the time of that people get paid, typically at the end of the month, is helpful because then people can get their needs met first, as in their bills, because those are the most important things. And then if they have any disposable income after that, then they can budget as to what they want to spend that on. Now, obviously, there will be some people where it doesn't matter what time of the month that you launch something, they'll be able to buy it anyway, or you might have people who don't do what I do and have a small fit whenever you have to put anything on a credit card. But I think as sellers and creators of things, we just need to sort of be more mindful of our customers and help them out. So yes, there were three main issues with that particular launch. What I should have done was ask myself two questions. Would you buy this now? Which, as I've mentioned, if I'm being brutally honest, no, I would not have done. I was very, very hot. And the second one is, does your audience know that it's coming? And again, no. My audience did not. Like I said, lessons were learned. So that was then. This is now. Where are the jumpers now? Well, they're right over there. You can't see them. There we go. There's one. And the others are hiding here. Let me know if you would wear one of these in the winter, because I've got plenty. Or Australia and New Zealand. It's coming up to springtime with you guys, yes? Just saying. So there you have it. Timing is everything. The best product in the world can struggle if its audience is not ready for it, or worse, doesn't know that it's coming at all. So give your launches time to breathe. Take some time to build your launch, build up to it and tease it and just create some excitement around it. And don't launch jumpers in a heat wave. But hey, at least the fridge got replaced in the end.